people, here we are. We're at the Dracut police station. We are here for a reason. A couple questions. My mom had got hit and they drove away, and the cops ended up getting her name and her address, so I'm just going to go in and try and find out if she's going to be arrested, because she did do a hit and run. It's a chapter 90, section 24.
And then drop it and get the hose down. You'll be free. So have your dad drop, you can drop it, you can pick it up and leave it with me now, of course, yeah. Yes, sir, can I help you?
Hi, how are you?
Good.
I need to speak to a police officer.
Okay, did you step out into the silver button with the light on it in the vestibule, sir? And they'll page an officer for you. Silver button with the light around it?
Yep.
Hit that button, they'll page an officer.
Alrighty, thank you.
Dracut Police, I'm Dracut.
How you doing? Can I get a police officer to the front of the building?
Sure, hold on one moment for me, okay?
Yep, thanks.
Sir, what are you looking for an officer for?
I need to speak to an officer about something.
Okay, what's it regarding, just so I know how to log the call?
It's about a hit and run.
A hit and run, okay, and where did this occur?
Can I just speak to an officer?
Well, you can't speak to an officer until I log the call, so I need all the information that I need in order to log the call.
Well, that's all the information I want to give you.
Okay, so you won't tell me where the hit and run occurred?
I'll tell the officer when he gets here. I don't need to tell that to you. Excuse me?
And you won't tell me your name?
I won't tell you my name, I'll tell him.
Okay, so I don't know how I'm supposed to log this.
I'm in your lobby. I'm in your lobby. How about that? You don't need to log it as a call. I'm in your lobby.
Okay, you're not in my lobby, I'm in a different building, sir.
You're in a different building. I'm at the police station lobby. I didn't know. The lady told me to hit here and talk to a police officer. So I don't understand why you're not in the Dracut police station. You're somewhere else. I didn't call 911. I came here in person to speak to a police officer. That's it. Are you denying me that?
No, I'm trying to obtain the information so I can send the right officer.
Well, it's just a follow-up, and I have a few questions.
Okay, so what's your name? So I can look up the incident and attach it to the log entry.
Oh my God. I'm not giving you my name. Okay, I'm gonna tell you like this. I'm an independent journalist. I'm investigating a hit and run. And I'm trying to find out if the police are gonna do anything about it. That's all I want a police officer here for. So can you put that in your log and leave it at that? I don't mean to be rude or anything, but this is crazy. I'm standing in the police station, right, as the public, requesting to speak to an officer, and you want my whole life story, you want me to give up my Fourth Amendment and everything else to speak to a police officer. You're not making this sound good or look good.
Sir, this is how the process works for everybody that comes into the police station.
Well, this process is not a process. I'm not trying to report something. I'm not trying to do anything else like that. I want a simple question to a police officer. I don't care what police officer. How about the chief of police?
Okay, so you can go right in there and you can ask records if they can contact the chief of police for you.
So this is like the pass the buck thing. I go from one window to the intercom, from the intercom back to the window, from the window back to the intercom.
Well, now,
What is the problem? Can I just have a police officer here? Say, put it in like this. You got a disgruntled person at the police station, and I guarantee they'll be here in a couple minutes. That's all. I'm not gonna go nowhere until they get here. So I'm not gonna go in and bother the records lady again, because that's her job, records. It's not her job to retrieve an officer for me. It sounds like it might be your job, and you don't want to do your job because you want to follow it right to the steps. And I'm telling you, I'm not here to report something. I'm here to investigate something.
I'm trying to do my job, and you won't let me.
Do your job. Get me a police officer here. That is your job. That's what I'm asking you to do. That is your job. As a public servant, you are to get me a police officer here. I told you the reason. That's it. You don't need my ID. You don't need to look up a police report. You don't need none of that. The cop can do that when he gets here. That's his job.
Okay, so you're not going to provide me any information that's required for me to do my job?
Okay. I want you to call a cruiser, right? Somebody like a lieutenant or a sergeant. Okay? I want to talk to him about misconduct of one of his officers. How's that one?
There's a lieutenant, in that case, there's a lieutenant right in the police station. If you walk through the double doors straight ahead, there's the window. That's where the officer in charge sits.
There's nobody there.
Okay, then you'll have to ring the bell. Somebody should be in there. If he's not there, he should be.
Here we go, people. It's just a plain and simple thing. I'll have to ring the bell. I'll have to ring the bell.
Sir, can I help you?
Hey, yeah, can I speak to a lieutenant?
I'm a lieutenant. What do you need?
You're a lieutenant.
Yeah.
Okay, I got a couple questions for Lieutenant. What's your name?
Lieutenant Buett. I'm sorry, sir. We have no computers. We're really busy. We got a lot going on. Do you need help with a crime?
I'm trying to follow up on something.
Okay. What are you trying to follow up?
I want to ask a question. My mom was hit. Okay.
Okay. Let me grab a piece of paper so I can take down some info. When did this occur?
I'm going to say 2 days ago
2 days ago?
on Bridge Street
In Dracut?
in Dracut.
Okay.
Okay. The cops were called.
Okay.
They showed up. I don't know who showed up on the scene
Okay.
because she can't get the report because you guys
Our
are down,
computers
right?
are completely down. We've lost power. It's
I got
an
that,
awful
sir.
day today.
But so the female left the scene, right? After she hit my mom.
Oh, so okay. I didn't know who would hit your mother. Okay. So
Okay,
female-
so a
Do you know
female
her
was
name?
driving the other car. Nope. My mom's name?
No, the female that hit your mom.
I have no idea.
Okay.
Either did they because she left.
Okay.
But the guy inside the store knew her.
Okay.
So he gave the police her name, her address.
Okay.
And I'm here investigating on a follow-up to see if you guys are gonna put charges on this person because
I would assume if they have the person's name, but I can't look it up right now because I can't even get in the computer.
Okay, so she did create a crime.
Okay.
She left the scene of an accident, okay, which is Code 90, Chapter 24, under the statutes.
Yeah.
So I'm just here following up to make sure that the Dracut police are doing their job, and that's all. I
you know-
understand you're very busy today.
You
Your
know what
computers
time
are
it
down.
happened?
It happened in the afternoon
In the afternoon,
sometime.
so it was before 4 o'clock?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's at least in 2 days ago?
Oh, I believe the police officer that took the report, he was a Cambodian cop. So I don't know how many Cambodian cops you have working for you. Probably not
All right,
too many.
Was it Officer Nageth?
It might have been, yeah. Yeah, he was a nice guy.
Okay.
He was a very professional.
I'll tell you what, sir, if you want to have a seat, what's your name?
My name's Randy.
Randy?
Yeah.
If you want to have a seat, I believe Officer Nageth might be on a detail right now for a tree that had fallen down. I'll give him a call. I'll try to find out what I can. It's the best I can do for you right now.
Okay, that tree wouldn't be on 110, would it?
That's the one, yeah.
Now you also have another officer there, O'Brien.
Yeah, there's one on either end. Yes.
Okay, I spoke with O'Brien. Okay, he wasn't too pleasant. Okay, he didn't want to answer none of my questions because he told me he was retired.
Well,
Now,
unfortunately, he is retired.
Well,
That doesn't excuse that. So I'll speak with him about
my big gripe about that is, if he's retired, why is he still working on the taxpayers' money?
They can do details. That's it.
Which is double of their original. Almost double, you know. I know what you guys get. I do a lot of investigating. Okay. This is what I do for a living.
Let me give Officer Naget the call. If you want to have a seat, I'll get back to you as soon as I can, okay?
Yeah, if he can come see me, if not, I'll go see him.
Okay, no, that's fine. What's your mom? Because he's got to pay attention to traffic. What's your mom's name?
Her name's Pat.
Pat, what's her last name?
See, people, that was so easy for that to go down like that, you know? Yeah, we'll sit here for a couple minutes, people, and find out if this guy gonna come by. If not, I can get back here tomorrow. All right, people. So you heard. Got the police officer that's coming. I heard that they did charge her, so we'll see what happens. We're going to talk to this cop when he comes. He's about 5 minutes away. So I'm going to pause this for now, and we'll get back to it. There's the Dracut police station. I'm waiting on a police officer to show up. They got that fortress of like a fence set up here at the Dracut police because they had an incident where they arrested some girl, and then when she was released, she went into the back of the police station, the old one, which was on Lakeview Ave in Dracut, and she lit a couple of cruisers on fire. So now they got this new police station, and you see this, they got this gate here. It's like Fort Knox. Beautiful police station, thanks to the taxpayers. But that's what you got back there. You never really see that cruiser out on the road. We got Frosty the Snowman. Let it snow. find her up there. Good. Did I meet you before?
Yeah, and that was JJ Heating. I did a car stop.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
how you
that
doing?
was you.
Yeah.
Out front there, and you
Yeah.
said you want me to back it up, and you backed
No,
it
no,
right.
no. I just want to make sure you know.
Across it. Okay, yeah.
There's a lot of stuff going. Like a lot of people coming in and out. So,
Yeah, I got you.
But you want to talk inside, so we're gonna.
Sure, let me put this on. Yeah. What's your name again?
Officer again.
Yeah. Appreciate that. Thank
That
you.
public conference room to your left, right in there.
Sorry, sir.
Sir, you can get. You can go in there. I'll
In here?
get it in a minute, okay? If you want to have a seat on the left.
All right, so we're in the conference room here with this guy.
How can I help you?
I'm just here on a follow-up for my mom and dad about that accident where the female backed into her and hit her and took off.
Yeah, I didn't. Mrs. Gagnon, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Who am I speaking to, sir?
I'm her son, Randy.
Randy. Okay. Yeah. How can I help you?
Just came. He actually verified what I came here for, but
My lieutenant.
yeah,
Okay.
that there are going to be charges on this lady.
There aren't.
There are.
Oh, I was gonna say. Oh, yeah. I was gonna say they are.
Because I had mentioned, I said, you know, you gonna arrest her or charge her or whatever, because it is a law, right?
Yeah. So leaving the
Code
scene
90, Chapter 24, leaving the scene of an accident is a crime.
is a misdemeanor. So we can't lock her up, but obviously we gotta do a due diligence, which is charges, which I already filed.
Summons her to court and stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, that's it for my mom. She's not gonna have. She's gonna have to go
So
into
she-
court, maybe.
She could be
If-
called to court, yes,
if this-
and obviously insurance will take care of the other half of that
Right.
situation.
Okay. All right. Yeah. That satisfies my my inner thoughts
Okay,
on
yeah,
this, because I just wanted to make sure that it was going to be done right. You know what I mean? And she wouldn't get away with it, because it's not the right thing to do. You know what I mean? Period. I mean, whether there was an injury or not, you hit somebody, you face the consequences.
Oh yeah.
Maybe she took off because she was under the influence, or maybe she didn't have. I don't know why she took off, but I've had these kind of things happen in the past, and people just take off. Thank God it was an animal, but they hit them and leave them for dead. And I just making sure she was going to be charged accordingly, and she is. So like I said, I'm very satisfied, and as you know, I do these videos,
Yeah.
and that's why I'm out here for accountability, transparency, trying to bridge that gap between the police and the public, which didn't go too well on 110 earlier with your officer O'Brien that is retired. He didn't want to give me his badge number because he said he's retired, and that's got nothing to do with just basically police procedure. When the public asks you your name and badge number, you give it to them.
Yeah.
I mean, what's the problem? So we kind of had a little,
Okay.
lost some respect for him there, and then the officer that was there interacted with me, and I asked him it was just a simple question. I just had a simple question for either one of them, and they beat around the bush. They didn't answer it, I wanted to say to him, is this what you would do in the courtroom? When the defense lawyer asks you something, you would ask the defense lawyer a question about the question he asked you, and they just weren't, they weren't being professional. Let's put it that way.
Gotcha.
It's a simple question. I asked him if somebody could drive that front end loader around the streets. Well, I said, is it legal to register, insure? Well, if you got That's not what I'm. So you got what I'm saying? He was asking me all this crazy stuff when basically it's a simple question. Can I get in that vehicle and use that vehicle as an everyday vehicle and drive it around? No, I can't. They're not to be driven on the street. They only do 20, 25 miles an hour top speed. So that's all I wanted to hear from him. No, they're not. But he beat around the bush. He's protecting. Who are you protecting? DOT, the state? Well, I mean, because if I did it or a civilian did it, pulled over, questions asked, no, there'd be a tow truck there. So by being the state or DOT or somebody working for, you know what I mean, doesn't give them the right to take a vehicle that they shouldn't be driving on a highway, because this guy drove down 110. You know, I was behind him for about 3.5, 4 miles. I mean, I didn't write it down every millimeter I went with my car, but literally, 3 or 4 miles, this guy was doing 20 miles an hour. So the cop then took what I just said, like that, and he tried switching around. Well, so you're asking me these questions because you're inconvenienced. I said, my inconvenience? I said, what about the 20 cars that were behind me? Not one car was behind me when I got behind this guy. There was a car in front of me. Nobody wants to go around this guy. Then he went into, well, what if it was a regular car and they were doing 20 and blah, blah, blah. I said, the people behind them would be beeping, maybe try and go around them, which is dangerous, you know what I mean? But we're not talking about a car. I specifically said, we're talking about a 60,000 pound machine that can only do 20 miles an hour, which I can't drive on the street. So I went and I got my car just to make sure, and I looked it up, and it says, no, they cannot drive on the street. If they have to go from one site to another site, if it's within short distance, that's understandable. But when they got to drive 3, 4, 5 miles to the next job, negative. So my whole thing is, I would have to do it. The next guy would have to do it, and a million people in back of them would have to do it. But because it's got to do with the state and blah blah blah, it's okay. Got what I'm saying? That's why I make these videos.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Because you guys can't do stuff that we can't do. How about just like we can't do stuff that you can do? I can't walk down the street with a gun strapped on my back, on my side. I can't have a badge on. I can't have a stun gun. If I do, what's going to happen? If you see me walking down the street like that, what would you do, personally? You would pull over and see what's going on, right?
Investigate, yeah.
Right. Yeah. So, I mean, come on now. So, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. You got what I'm saying? And that's all. And I appreciate you coming in. And I told you, Lieutenant, you didn't really have to come in, but he said you had done your detail.
I was running on way.
So I appreciate that. And, that's all. I'm just trying to, I know I'm not going to do it myself. That's why there's a bunch of auditors out there. We're doing it a bit, one police station or one town at a time. Yeah. And that's all.
I mean, we welcome you to keep doing what you're doing. And,
I don't have no problems with Dracut. You guys don't really see me, right? I'm always in low because they got some people in there that don't like to be filmed, and they got a lot of bad ways of doing things, and they don't want me to expose this because people that watch the channel had it happen to them, and now they're saying, "Whoa, wow, that happened to me. Oh, that happened to me. Wow, that happened to me." You know what I mean? And then they tell somebody, and that person tells somebody, and that person tells somebody. Next thing you know, I've only been doing this less than a year. I got only a few thousand subscribers.
What's the name of your channel?
M.A.A. Audit. So, I mean, I'm getting 100 plus every week, So, like I said, I just started doing this, and I hooked up with a few other auditors on the Northeast. Most of them are in the middle of the country or on the other side, the West Coast. But like I said, we're not out here to harm you guys. We're here to get rid of the bad apples. Because one bad apple makes the whole, wherever I'm investigating, the town hall or the police station in that town or the library or the post office, whatever it may be, there's always that one bad apple. It makes the rest of the crew look bad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Especially somebody like yourself. Very cordial, professional. You know what you're supposed to do. You know what you're supposed to do for the public. You know what I mean? And that's that. You don't act like a hard guy. You don't give no attitude. And that's what I like, So, like I said, the video, I just made it, 20 minutes ago, 25 minutes ago on 110. And I wasn't out to make videos. I was on my way to New Hampshire to get my girlfriend cigarettes. She's in Boston. My
I was gonna say a whole lot cheaper over there.
My granddaughter's having brain surgery. She just got out of surgery. She was in it for 8 hours.
I'm sorry.
You know, she's only 10 years old, so that's where she's at. So I want to make sure that she had cigarettes when she came home because, you know, I can only imagine what she's going through right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
But, I mean, and I seen that on 110, and I got in back of that truck. So, and then when I finally come up to my left, near the Cascades, that road that Cascades is on, or whatever, and I took that left, that's where they had it blocked off, like the next road over. So I said, oh, let me just go ask a question to this officer, you know, and see, you know, I mean, it should be no problem talking to my people, you know, and let's see what happens. And first thing I said to him, he rolled the window down, said, how you doing? He said, hi, how are you? I says, I just got one question for you. I says, but before I ask that question, can I get your name and badge number? He told me his name, and then I said, can I get your badge number? And he proceeded to say, I'm retired. And I says, so can I get your badge number? And he rolled the window up on me. And I was just like, okay, whatever. So guess what? The videos I make, looking for tyrants, he's one of them. So now you're retired, so you don't have to answer questions from the public. You know, it's only simple question, name and badge number. You know what I mean? If you're not ashamed of being a cop, or you're a bad cop, I would assume that you wouldn't give me your badge number, right? But if you got nothing to worry about, you're out doing your job, I'm out doing my job, which it is a job, you know what I mean? Because once I get like problems like this, I gotta sit down, or I gotta fill out paperwork, and I got a FOIA request, and then I gotta go down to police stations, I gotta make complaints, and then they don't act on the complaints, even though I got a video of it, because it's against somebody from town hall, or blah, blah, blah. You know, that would be an epic video. For me to go into a town hall, such as Methuen, which I did last week, and the guy literally assaulted me. He pushed me, you know, tried to push me out the door with the door, hitting the door on me. That's assault. Simple, whether you want to call, you know, simple assault, it's just, well, it's assault, but it's not assault. No, under the law, that's assault. So, they called the cops, I didn't. The cops came. I showed them the video. They know what happened. They're not going to charge him. Same thing in Hudson Police Station, Town Hall. This lady did more than she assault and battered me, not just assault. She literally come to me with her hand like this into my camera, and then pushed my camera into my face as I'm holding my camera like this. She pushed it from here into my chest. It's like, that's assault and battery, dude.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't say dude, I just told her it was assault. Now her husband or somebody close to her works in the police station. So, I mean, that's that. And
Well,
they investigated, and they called me back and said there was going to be no charges because it was unfounded. Well, hold on, unfounded. So my brother was in an accident a year and a half ago. He put one finger on the girl, on her shoulder, to say something to her about the accident, and then a year later he gets a summons to go to court for assault and battery. This is a guy who's never been arrested, 60 years old, obeys the law in every aspect, but he was in court fighting it with a paid lawyer because somebody said that he assaulted her by putting his finger on her. Now, when the lady touches my camera, anybody that touches my camera while it's in my hands, that's an extension of me. So that's assaulting me. If you whacked my camera out of my hand and it broke, if I was at a scene and I ran into that, this is just a hypothetical question to you, and you was called to the scene for assault, somebody that was assaulted, and I showed you the video of this person assaulting me, would you arrest them with the video on hand?
in mass law, you don't, unless we're there.
You don't have to. I understand that you don't have to because
Not
right.
don't have
I'm not
to, you
sure.
don't have to,
I know other
yeah.
laws. That's what I'm saying. But the video doesn't lie, right? So it goes like this. If you're at a convenience store, you get a call to a convenience store for somebody that stole something out of the store. Okay, you go there. You take the report. Now it's got nothing to do with an official. It was just some civilian off the street. Okay. What's your excuse on that one? You go in, you would say what happened, you get the report, you write everything down, and then the guy says, "Oh, I got it on video." You look at the video, right? And then you go off that video. That is like basically you being there, right? That video. Not physically, but subconsciously, you are there because you're seeing the video. You wasn't there physically when it happened, but you seen the video. So now what, right? Oh, you look up the guy, say somebody knows him. Somebody catches, oh, now his name's on. Now what happens to him? A warrant goes out for his arrest, right? Because you watched the video, you seen him steal it, and you seen him go out the door with it.
Well, it'd be a summons as opposed to
That would be a
warrant,
summons?
yes. But no, I agree with you. So I know what you're trying to say is obviously, hey, the camera, the footage is there, so that means technically you're kind of like witnessing it in your own eyes, right? But you know, when it comes to mass laws, they do state that you have to be there in presence.
For the police officer.
Yes, for the police officer, unless
To make an arrest.
Yes, to make an arrest.
Other than that, it'd be a summons.
Unless it involves like a dangerous weapon. Right?
Well, hold on. Okay, now let's switch. Now let's switch it over. Now, say when I went into Methuen, and that lady came up to me with a phone, and I pushed the phone into her, and it hit her in the jaw. And then you guys were called, and then she showed you guys the video. How much? I put 120% that I would be cuffed on the scene and brought out of there.
You wouldn't, only because we had so I can't speak for Methuen or Hudson, whatever town.
Well, it's basically
right?
the same thing throughout the United States with the police, right?
No, because we have different laws.
We got different laws, but I mean.
So like even our pretty much brotherly state of New Hampshire, right? I know we have laws that differs very greatly from theirs, right? Some of the stuff they do can arrest for, we can't arrest for, right? So I don't know what their assault and battery law is in New Hampshire, but at least for us, right, and at least the town of Dracut as well, of what we do. In a situation like that, let's say she's like, hey man, he smashed my cell phone, whatever, into my face, you wouldn't be in cuffs. The only way I can see yourself in cuffs in that situation is that if they trespass you, whatever it may be, and you refuse to leave, then obviously you get arrested for that. But that's a hypothetical situation, right? What I'm trying to say is,
well, how can you be arrested for trespassing? That's a secondary charge, isn't it?
for trespassing?
Yeah.
So for trespassing, if we declare you a trespasser from a property, right?
Well, you can't declare it without paperwork, right?
And that's what I'm saying. So
right.
we
So if I'm on
show
a
up to
property for the
scene,
first time and they want me off,
you have the ability to go off, but we also have the
but if I
ability-
don't go off, it's public thing, and then you guys issue me a trespass on the scene. That only matters is if I go back, right? And go on this, then I can be arrested. Other than that, you
can I
can't.
explain real quick?
Yeah, sure.
So, are we talking about private property here?
No, we're talking about public property.
Okay, public property. Okay, in that situation, it's a different story, right? But I have seen incidents where we have declared an individual, I'm not going to say who, trespass from the town hall only because he was making it a public safety type of situation, not one where you're coming to film. So I'm not saying in a public situation we're not going to trespass you from, I'm not going to trespass you from a library, town hall, whatever it may be.
Right. You have to have a crime or probable cause to actually act on anything you do as a police officer. Whatever you call it, an RAS, an ARS, reasonable articulate suspicion of a crime committed, about to be committed, or wanted.
What I'm trying to say is, back to your original question, is no, we wouldn't cuff you in that situation.
Okay, that's I like to get perspectives from every police station. You know what I mean? And especially like not so much from the sergeants or lieutenant.
Do you have the time on there?
Huh?
Do you have the time on there? I do have an appointment.
I don't. But you know what? I'm gonna end this.
I'm not trying to.
I'm gonna end this, people. This guy did the right thing. The female's being charged, which she should. I don't wish it on nobody. I don't wish charges on nobody. But you don't go out there and break the law. And that's that. If you break the law, you pay. Simple as that. Even if you don't break the law, people will pay. So make sure you don't break the law while you're out there. And I condone anybody that hits anything, anybody, any piece of property, anything like that, and thinks they got to go out to drive away with no accountability. It doesn't go like that. That's what this world is all about. Let's try and keep the peace between ourselves, and if you hit somebody, please stop exchange papers, you know. Maybe the guy, if you're under the influence and or whatever, for whatever reason you don't want to stop, just stop, you know. That's all I ask people to do, you know.
Yeah.
And that's it, people. So we're gonna peace out on this video. I'm gonna go home. Who knows, I might get 1 or 2 videos on the way home. This place I live in is full of cops. They're everywhere. They're busy as hell.
Well, hopefully it's positive.
But yeah, hopefully I don't. But that's it, people. Till the next one. Peace out. And